clean. No cosigns, all my brothers just pass baton. I got a whole mind on my winnings, I held them high. In the skyline, how I built it, they're looking down. You know I'm on my goodness, he held it down. Triathlon, I call it triathlon. Triathlon, run your race. My brother, just run your race. You gotta just run your race. You gotta just run your Buffalo.
Welcome back to the Diaspora show here on 87.9 The Culture, where the culture, hip-hop, and R&B lives. It is me, your host, DJ Kadero, and it is Thursday. Throw Her Back Thursday, and we threw her back to some of these old classics. Bafo Joseph and his track Triathlon, that's what you heard on that music break. We're celebrating South Sudan's Independence Day, huh? Do you guys know this? For more on this, we have an interview. We have somebody that will come on and answer some questions that we have about South Sudan, South Sudanese people. But before we get into that, I told you guys we have an African proverb, huh? So maybe, just maybe, we might have our interviewee help us out on the African proverb, but it comes to us from South Sudan. Once again, our African proverb of the day comes to us from South Sudan. And it reads... A debt remains rotten. A debt, like the money that you owe. A debt remains rotten, but money spent on a cow brings a calf, like a baby cow. Once again, the African proverb of the day from South Sudan reads, a debt, meaning money that is owed, remains rotten, but money spent on a cow brings a calf. Let you guys just sit with that for a little bit. I'll repeat that again. A debt remains rotten, like spoiled, but money spent on a cow brings a calf. Again, this deals with the concept of money and value, guys, from South Sudan. Give you guys a few moments here to think about that. Before I introduce my guest that I'm interviewing here today, man, I have the pleasure, the honor, huh? We'll see if, K Budget says in the chat, happy South Sudan Independence Day. What's up? What up, K Budget? All right, I'll give you guys my interpretation, then maybe you guys can give your own in the chat, and then maybe our guests can give their interpretation. So this proverb, again, a debt remains rotten or spoiled, but money spent on a cow brings a calf. South Sudanese proverb. This proverb outlines the difference between destructive liabilities and generational assets. We getting deep with this one. So running up a debt, right? Like you're gambling, money that you owe somebody that borrowed you money, or spending money on things that deteriorate or decay, leaves you holding on to something rotten or spoiled. It drains you of your energy, essentially. But when you take your hard-earned money and invest it into something alive, something productive, like a cow, that eventually gives birth to a calf. You're multiplying your wealth, huh? You're compounding the interest. The elders in South Sudan are telling us to stop funding debts, and start funding our futures. Let's focus on building true assets. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cow. Maybe it can be property. Maybe it can be a business. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know what your interpretation, huh? Guess, do you have anything? If you don't,
that was deep.
That's pretty deep, huh?
That's pretty deep. Yeah.
That's pretty deep. You don't have any of your own take?
I mean, as someone who is in a lot of debt right now because of school, I think the message is clear. It's fair. I feel like a lot of people in my generation tend to go for the fast money. But sometimes that's not always the best answer. So investment is definitely where it's at. You know, don't set yourself up for debt. Set yourself up for investment in your future.
Woo! All right. Before we get into my guest on who they are, in the chat, K Budget says they sure do love their cows. K Budget, who are you? Do you know somebody who's South Sudanese? K Budget, how do you know this information, huh? How do you know so much? Do you know enough about South Sudan? You let us know in the chat. But yes, thank you guys once again. If you're just joining in, this is the Diaspora Show on 87.9 The Culture. I am DJ Kadero, your host here on this awesome show, and we have an awesome episode here today. It's a Thursday on July 9th, 2026. It's South Sudanese Independence Day, huh? Well, I mean, let's see what happens on our awesome interview today. We not only just have somebody who's South Sudanese. Let's give respect. Let's give the respect. We not only have somebody that's South Sudanese, but a growing pillar in the community, huh? Somebody who matters, huh? I mean, you guys all matter, but man, this person matters, huh? They're not only, again, just from the mighty nation of South Sudan, but they're gonna be a future doctor, huh? Dictor, if you will, huh? Zolkebir, if you will, huh? And somebody that's been a reoccurring guest, but anytime that they come on, I'm deeply honored. And today they grace 879 Studios here in Omaha, Nebraska. Let's welcome Culture Family once again to the Diaspora Show. Winnie Ladu!
That was a really nice introduction.
You like that?
Yeah, that was you hyped me up a little bit too much, but I'll take it.
But you are.
I appreciate that.
It's okay if I address you as Winnie throughout this conversation?
Yes.
Great. Woo! Winnie, summer 2026.
Ooh.
Last time we talked to you, I think was March or April.
I believe so.
March or April.
Yeah.
It was during the Hunter virus.
Yes. And what did I say? Now look, you guys were scared for nothing.
K Budget says somewhat. I don't know what you're referring to, K Budget, but K Budget gives you a standing ovation, actually.
Thank you, K Budget. I appreciate it.
All right. So, you gave us, man, some of your own words of wisdom on reflection on the African proverb of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You're South Sudanese.
I am.
Today is South Sudanese Independence Day.
It is.
Okay, so when did South Sudan become independent?
So, to my knowledge, we received independence in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be
July.
15
years.
15 years of independence. And I remember that day so clearly because I was young when it happened.
You're young now.
But I was younger.
Oh.
I was like elementary school, and me and all my cousins spent the night at my auntie's house, and all the aunties and uncles were watching the African news. And when we received our independence, it was like a big celebration in the entire house, and everyone was so joyful. So we've come a long way because our country has been in peril and war for the majority, of a lot of our parents' lives and even some of our grandparents' lives. So we celebrate 15 years today.
Okay, so let's talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
South Sudan's the newest nation in the world.
Yes.
As far as being recognized by the United Nations. It gained its independence from Sudan.
Yes. From Northern Sudan.
North Sudan.
Yeah.
But they call it Sudan.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. If you're not familiar with East African geography, originally it was one country that was known as Sudan.
Okay.
And then when we received our independence in 2011, South Sudan seceded from the country of Sudan and formed its own country known as South Sudan. And then Northern Sudan remains Sudan.
Sudan.
Yes.
That's confusing.
It is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Why did South Sudanese, I saw when I was doing the news, I saw that there was a referendum, meaning there was a vote. People voted to separate, and 98% of the vote went to secede from Sudan. Mm-hmm. Why do you think, or maybe you've heard from your parents or elders, why do you think South Sudanese wanted to separate from Sudan?
Well, just from what I've learned in classes growing up, geography classes, history classes, when the continent of Africa as a whole was colonized by the various
we getting deep
outside countries,
all right,
they kind of just came in and they drew lines throughout the continent that didn't really account for the different ethnic tribes and different cultures. And so a lot of countries within Africa ended up in conflict after the colonizers left because they were being essentially forced to operate under the same rules of parliament within their country as other groups that they were never really grouped in once with before.
So
And
people had to live together that never lived together before.
Exactly. They had to, you know, be under the control of the same governments of people who didn't necessarily have the same belief systems as them. So it was a matter of just like butting heads. And we see it to this day. And that was essentially what the issue was in Sudan before we received our independence, was because if you look at the country, it's a very diverse country, but, you know, going from north to south, you see there's a very distinct difference in the way that the people are living, the different cultures that they ascribe to, the different religions that they ascribe to. And so when we were presented with the opportunity to have our own land and our own government with our own people, of course people wanted that, because we were living in such conflict for such a long time.
Okay. And you say from north to south, meaning Sudan to South Sudan.
Yes.
You can see a difference.
Yes.
You know, the famous Sudanese person that I know, not South Sudanese, but the famous Sudanese person that I know. I'm not saying this general. This might cause a laugh, but it's Myron Gaines.
Myron Gaines.
Okay. Just know he's a YouTube personality.
Okay.
But when you would look at him, you wouldn't necessarily say that's South Sudanese.
Okay.
So I guess maybe explain to people on why that is. Why is there such, you know, a gradual difference physically of South Sudanese and Sudanese, if you can explain? Yeah.
So if you've ever gotten the opportunity to go to South Sudan, I got the opportunity to go for the first time last summer. You will know that it is very, very, very hot.
Very hot.
Very hot.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because South Sudan, the country of South Sudan, actually is one of the countries that lies right on the equator, which is, if you know geography at all, I don't know it very well, so I'll do my best to explain it.
It's okay.
But
you grew up in the States, right?
I grew up in the States.
Yeah, I have a reoccurring gag about geography taught in the United States.
Yeah.
It's not a priority.
If your country lies along the equator, that means when the Earth rotates on its axis around the sun, that is the point at which the sun hits. The sun's rays hit basically
Earth the most.
Okay. Yes. So that's why our people are the darkest in the world, because our skin has adapted to the constant exposure to the sun rays.
Okay.
And the further north you go, you'll see
a gradual
decrease in the amount of melanin. So people will be lighter the further north you get, as well as south. So that's a very big distinction between the South Sudanese people and the Sudanese people. And it's also another point of conflict, because it's very clear, like, some people are darker than other people, and some people tend to prioritize one group over the other depending on what their color is. Another thing that separates Northern Sudan from South Sudan is the culture, the religion. The Northern Sudanese people are predominantly Muslim, and they follow the rules of Islam, whereas our people in South Sudan are typically Christian. Christianity is the predominant religion there. So there's another, point of conflict outside of the actual color of the skin. There's also the religion that we worship. And then there's also a lot of cultural practices. I would say Northern Sudan is predominantly Arab in terms of what their culture is based off of. Whereas you don't see as much of that Arab influence in South Sudan. And that also reflects in the language, the common language that is spoken there. In South Sudan, the two official languages of the country are English, surprisingly, and Juba Arabic. Whereas in Northern Sudan, the majority of people there speak Khartoum Arabic, which are interchangeable enough. Juba Arabic and Khartoum Arabic are interchangeable enough that you can understand, and there are, a lot of overlap between the two languages, but they're still two distinct dialects, and they have different words that don't necessarily translate. So you could have a conversation with the Northern Sudanese person as a South Sudanese, person, but, there would be some words that are a little bit off. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Woo, this is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Once again, if you're just joining in, I am DJ Kadero, your host here on the Diaspora Show on 87.9 The Culture, where the culture of hip-hop and R&B lives. It is Thursday, July 9th, 2026. We're celebrating South Sudanese independence here on the Diaspora Show. We have an awesome South Sudanese future pillar of the community, or a pillar community in the making. Winnie Bangu Ladu. I'll call her Winnie. K Budget says, yuck. I don't know what she said. Maybe to Myron Gaines. He's pretty controversial. So, and then Fupa says, I'm loving this interview. Oh, you got some.
Thank
Oh,
you.
look at
Thank
that.
you.
Look at that. Okay. All right. So, South Sudanese, it sounds like they separated because culturally, maybe even religiously, it was affecting their daily life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they separated from Sudan, which is predominantly, you're saying that, not only the religious ties, but also maybe culturally, you're saying because it's Arab influenced,
Yes.
it wasn't aligning with South Sudanese morals and values.
Right.
Okay, that's
Right.
in a nutshell is what you're saying. Okay, separate. So there was a referendum where people voted to separate, and it ended up passing. 98% is what I read. That's insane.
Yeah.
That means everybody and their dog.
Yeah.
The cats,
Everybody,
dogs,
everybody
and the chickens.
and their cow. Everybody and their
Look at
cow.
that. There's that cattle narrative, huh? Okay. What's up with South Sudanese and cows? What's up with this cattle thing?
Okay, so I can't speak too much on it because that's not my tribe. That's not my clan.
Okay.
The
So there's certain tribes that hold cattle to a
yes,
high esteem.
and that's mainly just because again of the geography.
Okay.
So the different tribes and clans within South Sudan are basically divided geographically.
Woo!
And my people, we're from the Equatorian region,
Which side of Equatoria?
we're from Central Equatoria. If you know the Fujulu,
no loans, no COVID loans.
no COVID.
This is
loans. No.
No, this is Fujulu protocol.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're from Fujulu, Central
Yes,
Equatoria.
Central Equatoria, which is within the southern region of South Sudan.
Sudan. Whoa, hold on.
Yes.
The southern region of South Sudan.
Yes. Yeah. Now we're getting down into the
Jeez.
fine the fine print, if
Okay.
you will.
So Fujulu or Central Equatorian tribes sometimes are not into cows as much. That's what you're saying.
Well, it's not even necessarily that we're not into it. It's that the northern region of South Sudan is where cattle is predominantly, just because that's where we see a lot of the tall grasslands where the cattle can graze and can actually be raised there. And as far as I'm concerned, please do not quote me on this if I'm incorrect, but that is where the Dinka and the Nuer tribes are predominantly.
Okay.
And they are the predominant tribes within South Sudan. So that's why the chances of you running into a Nuer or Dinka person are a lot higher, even here in Omaha, because there's just more of them than there are Equatorian people.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And okay, so you're saying that with the cattle thing is just an identifier, but it's not everybody.
No, it's not everybody. I mean, people still value cattle because it's a predominantly rural country and a lot of people depend on the land in order to survive and make their money. So I'm not saying that you won't see Equatorian people with animals. I'm just saying that cattle is like mainly associated with the northern regions because that's where the majority of the cattle are.
Speaking of environment, I did my research on South Sudan. I read that the wetlands or the savannas of South Sudan unofficially is the largest on Earth.
Really?
I was reading it. This is unofficial that it has the largest wetlands, grasslands.
I believe that. I mean, listen.
So you went back to South Sudan. I mean,
did.
You probably only went to certain areas or maybe just limited just because of your time. But did you see like enough? Because it also said in this report that 80% of South Sudan is arable land, meaning land that you can plant.
I believe it.
80%.
I believe it. I mean, when I went to Africa last year, I got the opportunity to go to Keji, which is right on the border of South Sudan and Uganda. And then I traveled to Juba by plane, and it was a 15-passenger plane, and we didn't go all the way up into the clouds. So I could see everything that was below us. And for the entire 45 minutes, it was just all grassland, all trees, just land.
Heavy vegetation.
Like not even any like paved roads or anything like that. So, you know, it's different. It was definitely a difference between, what I'm used to here in Omaha in the city, because you can look outside right now and you'll see more road or more street, more concrete than you actually see grass.
So you say that, but at 5 p.m. I'm always in traffic. So if there's enough roads, why am I always in traffic at 5 p.m.?
I don't know.
Are you lying to me?
No.
You're saying there's enough roads in Omaha, Nebraska?
There's plenty of roads in Omaha.
Are you sure?
You know what?
So why is I-80 East and I-80 West?
If you want to be mad, talk to the people who are cutting out the streets and doing all this construction. That don't got nothing to do with me.
I'm always in traffic.
You should go to Africa if you want to escape traffic.
I don't know about that, man. My biological father is from Kenya.
Oh.
Nairobi traffic is insane.
Yeah.
Kisumu traffic is insane. But that's another day. This is about South Sudan.
Very true.
It's about the dad that raised me here in the United States. From Central Equatoria like you.
Really? Where's he from?
Body.
Okay. Those are our neighbors.
Yeah. Okay. Woo! All right. So South Sudan. I know that South Sudanese typically, as far as the diaspora, you guys are into a lot of things. South Sudanese are into a lot of things. Modeling. Basketball. And then also, South Sudanese are big on education there.
Yeah.
Huge. With you included.
Yeah. I mean,
why is education so stressed in South Sudanese homes?
I would say education is really the only opportunity that a lot of people were given to change their lives and make a name for themselves. And my mom was very big on education because her dad was very big on education, and my family really came from the gutters. My mom lived in refugee camp for 12 years of her life. The majority of, her young adult life was spent
12 years.
12 years.
Okay, hold on. Before we get into what a refugee camp life it is, I mean, maybe, because you're not your mom, but maybe you can tell us from what she said. In the chat, K Budget says, fun facts about South Sudan. Camera trap studies and aerial surveys in South Sudan, untouched rainforests in the upper Boma Plateau have revealed previously undocumented species. Hidden and unrecorded biodiversity include the elusive African golden cat, water chevrotan, giant pangolin. Man, these names I can't. These are species that, because I'm not familiar with these names. And the recently re-recorded blue monkey.
Oh my gosh.
So one of the things that I did, thank you, K Budget, is also in my research, I found that over 40% of the world's undiscovered animal species are also found in South Sudan. But again, this is undiscovered. So they're saying that 40% of animal species that have been undiscovered are in South Sudan.
Wow. I believe it, honestly.
Also in the Amazon rainforest, but South Sudan was mentioned among one of those places where animal species haven't been discovered yet.
If you see like just the land, you wouldn't even believe it. You could do a full 360 from one spot and all you would see surrounding you is just land. So I believe it.
Okay. Man, we can go so many different ways with this conversation. Back to you saying that your mom spent 12 years in a refugee camp.
Yes.
Explain to people that are not familiar, what's a refugee camp? And then what do you feel like life was like based on what your mom had told you?
So to my knowledge, my mom was forced to leave her home, her village, her and her family, because of the ongoing conflict that was happening, throughout the past 50, 60 years, where there would be attacks from either the government side or from rebel groups, and a lot of civilians would just get caught in the crossfire. A lot of villages were burned and ransacked, and people were kidnapped, and it just became very unsustainable and unsafe to remain in the village. So a lot of people were forced to flee and find refuge at these refugee camps, which were areas that were set up with the intent that people who were being forced to leave their homelands could go and set up a new life there that was relatively removed from the conflict.
Okay.
And the thing about these refugee camps is that a lot of people are within them. I couldn't give an exact number, but you know, a lot of these camps, there's typically no running water, there's no electricity. Some places don't even have like stable shelters, so people are living in tents and
like a camp,
genuinely like a camp. But from my mom's stories, she, you know, made this place home, you know.
12 years, yeah.
12 years. There's churches, there's pastors who are leading service, there are schools that are formed within these camps, there are people who are teaching English, you know, there are people who are creating a community. My mom, she's actually a nurse. It was in the refugee camp where she discovered her love for nursing because of how many people are in the camp. When one person gets sick, it spreads throughout the entire camp.
Because of close proximity?
Because of lack of sanitation services, you know, just a lot of bodies in one area. And also not everyone is knowledgeable about how certain illnesses spread. And so my mom got used to caring for people in these environments, and that was what inspired her to become a nurse. But of course, she couldn't do that without education. So that goes back to what my grandfather was teaching her, is that really the only way to make it out of your situation is to be educated. And so my mom learned English while she was back home. And then when she got the opportunity to come to the United States, of course, already knowing the language, she was able to continue her school. And I owe a lot of my success to my parents, honestly, because, you know, it's hard enough trying to get an education here in the United States where you have things like finances to worry about, you're competing against a ton of people. But imagine how difficult it is back home where, you know, you might not even know where your next meal will come from or if you will survive through the week because there's a tax going on. So
Wait, there's a tax in the refugee camp?
Not in the refugee camp, but throughout the village.
Okay.
You know, even, you know, when I went back home last year, I stayed in Keji for 2 weeks, and the moment that I left Keji, within a month there was an attack within the area that I was staying at. So it's very, very precarious, and you never really know if you're truly safe.
Okay. That's a lot to take in. Yay! All right. Okay. Man, it's complicated, huh?
It is. And, you know, our people, one thing I will say about South Sudanese people is we're very strong and we're very resilient. And it's because we've seen so much loss and just death even. And we've had to adapt to so many changes, even over the course of these 15 years as our country has become its own. But if there's any message that I can give to people out there is really take your education seriously and your proximity to education seriously here, because a lot of people back home wish that they could have those opportunities, and you know, it's not something that we should take for granted.
So I got my degree in 2021 from Minnesota State. Man, what's up?
Okay.
I want to say one thing. Minnesota State. Hey, are you listening? Huh? This is your grad, DJ Kadero, Ochanda Gabon Okoyo. Yeah. So when you guys do your guys' alumni highlights, just know that somebody is on the radio. The only African on Omaha or Nebraska airwaves that I know of. If there's any, please speak up or just let me know. But come on, you guys want to highlight alumni? Like, what's going on here? Huh? Come on. When I was in my undergrad program, there were South Sudanese students, and it always felt like they were getting their education. Like, there was so much weight on their shoulders to getting that degree.
Oh, yeah.
And now I understand a little bit more on why. Why I say this is, for those that are listening, typically in the United States, if you're not in the US, people just get their degrees just so they can get a job. And it's not necessarily like this heavy burden that they're carrying on their shoulders of like, oh, like, you know how many people don't have the opportunity to even apply to college, and you did, and you're just partying and pizza and beer every night, blah, 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 blah. And with South Sudanese, man, you go into any collegiate program, it's like, how can I say, like, I hate to do this, but
go ahead.
When the Kendrick Lamar "We Gonna Be All Right" song, and at the beginning, all my life I had to fight. That's what they're acting like when they're going through these studies. Because it's like, if you don't get this degree, do you know what kind of time you wasted?
That's how they make it seem. It's really not that deep, though. It's really not that deep.
So even you've had these conversations.
Yes. And I don't want people to think that just because I'm in medical school that I'm like, oh, you have to study all the time, be in your books. Kadero, I was so upset one day because I went to visit my auntie and she has young kids.
Yeah.
And her kids came up to me and they're like, Winnie, do you know what our mom is telling us about you? I'm like, what? What did she tell you? Winnie, she's telling us that you don't have any friends. Your only friends are your books. All you do is study. I was so hurt. I was like, you guys really think I have no social life? Nothing? No. It's not even like that.
It's not even close?
No. When I advise people to take their education seriously, it's not that that's the only thing you have to do. Like, live your life. One good thing about being in America is, yes, we have opportunities and access to education that our families and our parents didn't have back home, but you also have the freedom to live how you like.
Talk to them.
You have the freedom to go out and party if you want to.
Talk to them.
To, socialize with different people that you normally wouldn't get the opportunity to. You have so much, just within your grasp. My only advice is don't lean too far in one direction or another. Balance is very important. If you're spending all your time partying, drinking, then you kind of lose sight of your vision and how the direction that you want your life to go. So just make sure that there's balance in everything. If you don't even have to be the smartest person in your class, just go for it. Try and do something, apply in community college, go for a certificate program, do HVAC, do CNA, do medication aid, do an accounting course, real estate. These are things that don't require a bachelor's degree for you to do. Whoop. But there are ways for you to better your lives so you're not working minimum wage jobs or jumping from one job to the next just to get by.
Wow. So it sounds like there is a lot of pressure on South Sudanese youth.
There is. But I want you guys to know that you don't let the pressure, completely drive you crazy. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be a doctor to be successul.
So you have friends?
I have friends.
Like actual human beings?
Yes.
And they're not texts. They're not literature.
Kadero, whose side are you on? Whose side are you on?
Not the sucking of teeth. If you guys don't know, that is crazy.
I'm not.
Oh, K-Budget says, Winnie, can you please talk to my parents about balance?
I would love to. Oh my gosh. One of my favorite things to do is gag South Sudanese parents because
you like to clock them about
things? I like to clock their tea because they think I'm going to be on their side, which I will be to an extent, but they put a lot of pressure on their kids.
So your cousins really thought, because they were getting told Winnie doesn't have any. This is hilarious, guys. We're going to keep the conversation going. We do need to give her some time to relax. Give her some time to breathe, guys, because already we're getting her pretty hyped up, huh? How about this? We'll go to one music break song, and then we'll come back and we'll talk more about this future South Sudanese dictator, Zolkebir. That's what they say, huh? I am DJ Kadero alongside my awesome interviewee, Winnie Ladu, here on 87.9 The Culture. This is the Diaspora Show. This is June 9th. Whoa. Can you do me a favor?
Do me a favor, please.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Whoa.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
It's July 9th, 2026. We'll be back with more. Don't go anywhere.
Are you ready to do Gurugara Sawa? Yeah! Are you ready for it? Dynamic, comment on this song.
This song is a special dedication to one of the men that really opened up the doors for all of us entertainers. Put your hands
Rich Kid Sound. Shaka on the beat, yo. Ruka music. Crocodile. Sudanese child. Franco. Locunyomeo. LB with the hit, yo. Lil bit. Check. Welcome to South Sudan, where you see a lot of faces. A lot of faces hailing from a lot of places. A lot of places representing lot of races. Junubia, the name of my people. My people, we say good over evil. From those lovely mountains up in Imaton. Make your way, don't stop and make it down to Yambio. Meridi, Kajo Peji Warumbe, Malakat, Lugara Sawa, Lugara Tuku Malutuko. de, logara hilokale, logara de, biwagi fuma shaki. Naswao bojita lerina, mule bojita naleride, actually lokit mamuru. Naleride, tomorizai, naleride, jonda njengo kikorija. Boji kudodongo, salale dengo kubai jebani. Boji kudodongo, mama nalerinde tatomisa, menetini kana bantubo. Logara sawa, tinka kiliko malokoya. Logara sawa, kukunu wer matokosa. Logara sawa, ojulu peri mashulu. Logara sawa, ozande kuya mabako.
Tataki tamam kede dunia kulu waro galide junub Sudan kede dunia kulu waro fina nasta salam beruka music ya jek ya salam ana biyala pina fi maban mabinga mabari kachipu kaman nana wele ta junub wele dufi gor Sudan kebila taide yaute junub Sudan munduma shulo kina kulu wahwan gebila tanina yaute junub Sudan Sholo tuko ina kulu wahwan gebila tanina yaute junub Sudan dugu lugara dema zaman kalam de zaman ta action mata geni kasilana shokol kasilande sibu zaman lutulu ruka de elizam lugara sawa salamu maba lugara sawa maba owaitita lugara sawa namana matisama lugara sawa Nogara sawa, nala sawa. Pota goja boja ya kune, pota goja. Boji baka yukue, lame baka yukue. Boji baka yukue, lame baka yukue. Gina larina ba, gina larina tale. Lugara sawa, lugara de style taruka. Lugara sawa, lugara de dugu fi konyo konyo. Lugara sawa, salamu mama. Lugara sawa, lugara de dugu fi luluki. Lugara sawa, lugara de dugu fi lanya. Lugara sawa, lugara de dugu fi gudele.
Yeah, I am DJ Kadero. Welcome back to the Diaspora Show here on 87.9 The Culture, where the culture, hip-hop, and R&B lives. It is a Thursday, July 9th, 2026. We're celebrating South Sudanese Independence Day. 15 years being independent. We have a South Sudanese in the studio that I'm having my awesome interview with. Future doctor at UNMC, Winnie Ladu. In the chat, Lita says, welcome, Winnie.
Thank you, Lita.
All right. So before we went to that music break, that was brought to you guys by Dynamic, featuring Franco. I'm not going to try to pronounce, but Dynamic, what up? Dynamic, an awesome pioneer of South Sudanese music. If you guys don't already know, go check him out. He's now a big DJ. Dynamic, what up? That's DYNAMQ. Dynamic, huh? Celebrating South Sudanese Independence Day. So, Winnie, being a South Sudanese, I mentioned it. UNMC. So you're University of Nebraska Medical Center Graduate School of Medicine.
Yes.
All right. Oh my God.
There's many ways you can say it.
Okay.
But,
how is there a shorter way that I can say this?
So usually when people ask me, I'll just say I'm in the College of Medicine, or I'm a medical student at UNMC. Okay. Just because there's different programs there, so you don't want to say something wrong by accident. But
so you're in School of Medicine. Is there? And please, I am ignorant about these, or not ignorant, but yeah, maybe you can say naive about these things. Is there a specific study in the School of Medicine that you're in, or does that
So you can say school of medicine, college of medicine. That's just the medical school.
Okay.
Because they also have college of nursing. That's the nursing school.
Okay.
College of allied health. That's where they have like the physical or physician assistant, the like physical therapy students, occupational therapy students. It's just medical school.
Why did you want to be on the path towards doctor?
Well, it's interesting because I gave a presentation this 4th of July weekend about it at the Wunduraba conference in Minneapolis.
The Wunduraba?
Wunduraba conference, which is my specific clan within the Pujulu tribe.
Woo!
So
PPP!
But in that presentation, I basically said that I always said that I wanted to be a doctor from a young age because I felt like that belief was instilled within me by my parents. It was almost like they were like, you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a doctor. I didn't know I wanted to be a doctor until I was in high school and probably my sophomore year of high school, because that was when I actually got to get exposure to the field of medicine. I got to shadow doctors. I got to, sit for presentations where doctors would explain what their day-to-day looks like, what it actually means to be a doctor, because going and seeing a doctor as a patient is completely different from, being on the doctor side of things and following behind them, seeing what they're doing once they leave that patient's room, what things they're entering into the charts, how much knowledge they have to know just readily at that moment, how much sleep they're getting at night. It was all of these things combined that made me realize, like, oh, this is something I could actually see myself doing. And once I made that realization, I was like, okay, now that I know that this is something I want to do, I know that I have to work hard toward it. And, the grind never stopped. It probably started from as early as, sophomore year of high school, like I said, and it's been continuing on, up till today. So, if you really want to do it, you got to be serious about it because you got to work hard for it.
How many years of schooling is it to take to be traditionally a doctor?
So you would need 4 years at an undergraduate institution. They say that they would like for you to be in a hard science field. So like biology, chemistry. I got my degree in neuroscience.
Oh!
It's nothing crazy.
No, shut up. Shut your mouth. With all due respect, this I did not know. Guys, this is me speaking now, DJ Kadero, here on the Diaspora Show on 87.9 The Culture. It's Thursday, July 9th, 2026. We're celebrating South Sudanese independence. About Winnie Ladu. I didn't know that she was a neuroscience major.
Yeah. I got my major in neuroscience and I minored in medical humanities and chemistry. So, I'm very big on mental health.
Dr. Ben Carson? You guys know how insane neuroscience is? So you know everything about the brain, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, some of the knowledge has faded because it's been almost 3 years since I graduated from undergrad. But if you don't know what neuroscience is, it's basically like all the hard science facts about the brain, the anatomy, what this part of the brain does, which part of the brain controls this emotion, controls this function. But then also I got a minor in medical humanities, which focused on psychology, which is like the abstract part of, the study of the brain. So like, what does it mean to be depressed? What does it mean to have anxiety? And so I was able to kind of bring those two.
So the fundamentals
together.
of the.
Essentially, yeah, and that's why I'm very big on like only do what you're able to do in terms of like going for education, because we as humans, we have our limitations and our parents put a lot of pressure on us to succeed and do this, do that, but do what you are able to do, because your mental health is also very important. And if your mental health is not in the right place, it doesn't matter how smart you are, you just won't be able to perform at the same level as if you were in a better place mentally.
Jeez! Guys!
But yes, to answer your original question, you would need 4 years at you need to get your bachelor's. So you need to go to an undergraduate institution for 4 years. And then after that, you would apply to medical school. If you're lucky enough to get in, then that's another 4 years in medical school. And then once you finish those 4 years, you graduate, then you are officially considered an MD, a doctor. Or if you did a DO program, which is a different kind of doctor, you would get that title on your name, but you would still have to go through residency for whatever specialty you want to go into. So depending on what specialty you do, if that's family medicine, you're probably going to have residency for 2 to 3 years before you can practice fully on your own. If you're doing any type of surgery, that can be anywhere from 5 to 9 years after the 8 years that you already put in.
9 years?
9 years. If you want to do neurosurgery, that's 9 years. So imagine 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of medical school, and then another 9 years on top of that. That's 17 years.
As you speak, give me a moment here, because I had so many things to go with this, but you reminded me of something. Anyway, in the chat, Fupa says, man, she's giving you big props. She's saying, let's go, Winnie, you go, girl.
Thank you, Fupa. I like that name.
Okay, so all these so you said all these years of school to be a doctor. The reason why I asked this is because, does the name Malachi Love Robinson ring a bell to you?
Malachi Love Robinson? No, not that I know
not
of.
Not that you know of? Okay, well, he was accused of posing as a doctor.
Was he that young
18-year-old
man? Yeah.
He had his own practice. Can I ask, how does that even happen?
It shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. Like, genuinely, I still can't believe that happened. Like,
So he was arrested at 18 when police in West Palm Beach, Florida, when they conducted an undercover operation, meaning that they had intel that somebody is practicing without a license, at his medical office, allegedly being used by him. Authorities say that Love Robinson purportedly fooled his victims with an elaborate website and bio in which he referred to himself as a well-rounded professional who uses psychotherapy, electrotherapy, and other techniques used to treat patients. In an interview, he defended himself, saying that he thought he was doing a good job as a good citizen to help people, and denying that he diagnosed patients or misrepresented himself. He said that he had been studying in those particular fields for a while, and it might not have been 8 or 10 or 9 years, but it's been long enough. Again, how does this happen?
I'm trying not to take it personal as somebody who's like in the process of going through all this school, but you need to go through all of this school in order to be able to call yourself a doctor. Respectfully, like, sometimes it feels like an initiation ritual, like, genuinely, because it's like, why do I have to go through all of this? But it's very, very important, because if you have a good doctor, you could sit there and tell them, oh, my head's hurting, you know, my neck really aches when I do this in particular, and like my stomach hasn't been feeling well. And they have to sit there within the 15 minutes that they have with you and come up with a list of diagnoses that they think you could have. And if you don't have the knowledge just within your brain to think about that, this is not no ChatGPT. You have to have this in your brain. If you cannot do that, then you should not be calling yourself a doctor, period. Because you have to go from that patient to the next one, and they'll give you a list of 5 other symptoms that they're having struggles with, and you have to figure out what's wrong with them. And you just do that throughout the entire day. You have to have the knowledge base, and that's why they make you go through so much school, because they're building up your brain over the years. So I don't know how he was able to get away with that. I'm kind of impressed, honestly, that he made it that far as an 18-year-old. But, you know, just
cut it out.
Just cut it out, you know?
In the chat, K Budget says, I gave up on school for a little bit, but now I'm inspired to go back and finish because of you.
Hey, I'm really happy to hear that. And, you know, something I try to preach to people is, again, just because I'm in medicine or I'm in medical school does not mean that I have it all figured out. Like, I have family, I have friends who have taken breaks from school, but I would say that the most important thing is, what do you want for your life? You know, we know in this country that it's very hard to get a job that pays well enough for you to live comfortably.
Are you sure?
I mean,
are you this America?
I mean,
you're saying they don't pay people enough money to live?
Let's ask the audience.
That's not Winnie. I abhor that statement. That's not the America that I live in.
It's only gotten worse, you know.
Whoa. That's not the red, white, and blue, and that's not true to what I believe in, Winnie.
You know what?
I got DJ Silky Slim in the background looking at me crazy.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. If you want to be successful in this country, you know, you either have to get really, really lucky and blow up, you know, doing streaming or, you know, some niche career, or you just have to go to school.
You have to work hard.
You have to go. You don't have to go get a 4-year degree. You don't have to, you know, become a medical doctor. You just have to do something that can help better your life. Yeah. And for some people, it takes going out into the work field and figuring out, oh, this isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life, to inspire them to go back to school. It's never too late to go back to school. If you wanted to go to community college today, you could enroll and be in a course. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like, my mom went back to school when she already had 5 kids, you know?
Really?
She did. So, you know, it's never ever too late. It's never too late. So I'm happy that, you know, some of what I said today was able to inspire you. But, you know, whatever aspirations you had for school or for your future, they were already within you. And don't ignore that spark. If there's a feeling, even an inkling of a feeling within yourself that I want to go for something new, just do it. Don't worry about what other people are going to say, what other people are going to think. It is never, ever, ever too late. Ever.
Speaking of too late, people are on top of your head top today.
Ooh.
In the chat, Fupa is asking, Winnie, did you by chance win a YBI award here in Omaha?
What's that?
Oh, you don't even know?
Did I win something?
I don't know. That's what they're asking.
Fupa, where's my award?
They're asking if
YBI.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought maybe you would know it, and I was gonna have a dramatic moment to be like, hey, I mean, they're on your head top today.
If I did, I would gladly accept it.
You're not aware. When he's like, I am not aware.
I'm not aware. I don't know. Yeah.
But that I was gonna like hit you with something, and
you still can. I mean, Fupa is our source.
Man, Fupa, I appreciate you. Fupa, what do you mean by this award? What does it stand for? What does it mean? And K Budget is man. You got K Budget crying in the chat.
Good tears, I hope.
No, it's the inspiration.
Oh yeah. Anytime K Budget.
No, this is, you know, it's I think I've told you this. I think it was our first or our second interview.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you that whether you're South Sudanese or not, just the fact that you are a person with high melanin content, you're a black person. When people see you, you have no idea who you're inspiring. I grew up in Sioux Falls, actually, not from Nebraska. I tell this to people all the time, and they're shocked to hear this. I never once, even in college, none of my teachers, none of my professors were black.
Really?
I never even had a black substitute teacher. From preschool, and I went to preschool. From preschool on to Minnesota State, I never had a black teacher.
Wow.
Now, granted, the chancellor of our university was a Nigerian man.
Uh-huh.
But, bro, as far as a professor or teacher, no.
Wow.
And so I came to Omaha, and now I'm seeing black teachers, and I'm like, look at that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm on the opposite end of that, because I grew up in North Omaha because my family did not have a lot of money, and so.
Are you sure? Being from South Sudan, right?
Listen,
you guys weren't loaded?
No.
Gurush Maketir?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, man. Shit.
Gurush Mafi. I grew up in the Miller Park neighborhood.
Miller Park?
Some people like to call it
Killer Park? Oh.
Yeah.
Curtis? Minnie Lusa?
Yeah.
Reddick?
We were within walking distance.
Laurel?
So that was our neighborhood.
Nelson Mandela Elementary?
That's a good
That's
school.
a great school.
Yeah, that's a great school.
There's a waiting list?
Oh yeah. I wish I could have gone there. It wasn't built when I was growing up. But yeah, that's the neighborhood that I grew up in, and a lot of people look down on that. But one of the things I would say that it really exposed me to from a young age.
You're from Miller Park?
I'm from Miller Park.
I see you.
You don't believe me?
No, I believe you.
Okay.
Our South Sudanese are deep in North Omaha.
Yeah.
I know. But
let me just tell you guys, I went to Miller Park for elementary school, and then I went to Morton Middle School for middle school, and then I went to Benson for high school. There's no private school here. Like, this is all Omaha
public
OPS, homegrown OPS. So when I say I got lucky, like, I really got lucky, guys. I really got lucky. But one of the good things about being in North Omaha for school was that I got exposure to Black teachers from a young age, and just seeing that people who look like me can still be successful. And they were very, very encouraging of me continuing on with school. So for those of you who don't have that opportunity, as being at UNMC now and not really seeing the same amount of Black people as I saw before, I get it. It's tough to envision yourself in a position like that when you don't even have anyone who looks like you, leading as a role model. But I just hope that some of what I'm saying today can at least inspire you to, if you don't have that mentor in your community, to find that in somebody.
In the chat, you got a lot. Fupa says Morton Panthers.
Hey.
She says I went to Morton. Let's go.
Let's go.
K Budget says I also went to Benson as well.
Hey, my people.
Fupa says stand up North. And Fupa says the YBI award is the Young, Black, and Influential Award. As you were telling your story, I was thinking that you were one of the recipients because you have credentials similar to one of the winners, and I thought it was you.
Oh, I was not aware of that award, but thank you for bringing that to my attention. I mean, I will gladly accept an award. I've never, I don't do this for the awards. I don't do this for the recognition. I do it for the people, and I do it for the culture.
Right, let's go. Let's go. And this is the culture.
This is the culture.
Let's go. Let's go. Woo!
Yeah.
So like you just being in your position right now, even in graduate school, just know that like when somebody is like in their undergrad, like they're looking at you and they're saying, oh, this is possible. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, I'm going to have somebody right there. Or, hey, I'm going to, the way that you look at Mr. Dr. Deli Davies.
Hey.
Right? Chancellor of UNMC.
Official chancellor. Did you see?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. If you guys don't know what we're referencing is that UNMC, University of Nebraska School of Medicine, the official now chancellor is a Nigerian, Dr. Dele Davies. And man, so you were saying on our last interview that you and him have a great relationship.
Oh yeah, he's connected with all of the African and Black students on campus, which there's not very many of us, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
A Nigerian.
He's a very, very down to earth man. Like
really,
very humble.
That's not.
I'm not gonna say nothing about that because I've already pissed off enough Nigerians in the past.
You're saying he's humble?
He's a very humble man.
Because Nigerians typically don't have that stereotype.
You said that, not me. Winnie did not say anything about Nigerians.
The thoughts of this podcast are of DJ Kadero and DJ Kadero alone. Thank you. No, but that is awesome. And like, what does that mean when you have somebody that has your best interests at heart at work?
It's so inspiring, genuinely, because like being at UNMC is so isolating sometimes because there's just not many people that are even African or even Black, so you're constantly surrounded by, people that don't look like you. It's very uncomfortable. Like, and for me, someone who grew up around Black people for all of my life, like I try, the code switching, I try.
What's code switching for those that don't understand?
It's when you change your vernacular. You adopt your speech to kind of match who you're talking to. So sometimes, when I'm surrounded by the Kawajat, it comes out. My words become clearer, I lose a little bit of my accent, my South Sudanese, accent, and to sound more like them, so I'm more palatable to them. And when I hear it, I get so mad at myself. I'm like, what is that? Who is that?
Who is this girl?
And when you're on that, on that wavelength 24/7, you kind of start to lose who you are at your core. So when you have other people on campus who you can talk to and you don't have to put on that face, that front, it's just like a breath of relief. I can just be myself. I can talk like how I talk and not have to worry about somebody looking at me, differently.
You know who I pride?
Who?
And not that other groups don't do this, but I really pride, this is going to be really random, but I pride Somalis for never code switching.
You know what?
Serious. To this day, Ilhan Omar still speaks with that Somali accent.
As she should. As she should.
And they always stand on business.
They do. I mean,
they double down.
How long were you in Minnesota for? Was it just for undergraduate?
Just for undergraduate, but I had been traveling back and forth. But yeah, 4 years.
Somalis there, they run deep. Deep.
And they don't care.
That's their city. That's their city. Yeah.
They don't care. And
my goal is to make Omaha
talk to him, say
the capital for South Sudanese. Like Minneapolis, St. Paul is for the Somalis. Please.
In the chat, Fupa says, my daughter experienced the same thing. Oh, by the way, amen. We're gonna have that happen,
amen.
Okay? Fupa says, my daughter experienced the same thing. She had so many black teachers, graduated from North O and went to Creighton. She didn't have anybody that looked like her as for professors. And Fupa says, the fact that you grew up in North Omaha and still attending school here in Omaha is amazing, Fupa says. Fupa also adds that my daughter did the UNMC High School Health Alliance program.
Nice!
And was going to school as a pre-med major, and she decided in the middle of college to change it.
Okay. And that's okay. I did High School Alliance as well. And I would say out of all of the people that I did High School Alliance with, there was 50 to 60 students. I would say only less than 10 end up going into medical school. So it's not uncommon for people to realize that they want to go a different path, because like the majority of people who declare pre-medicine and undergraduate don't even make it to medical school. I would say less than 20%. That's just a Winnie statistic. You can do the actual research if you want the actual number. But, you know, just seeing the amount of people that I went to class with in undergraduate and the amount that actually made it to medical school is a very small amount. So if your daughter is with you, or if you want to pass the message along to her, you know, and this message goes to you as well, don't view it as a failure. View it as a redirection in life, because it's not like all that knowledge that she gained over these years is lost. She can still apply that to a different field of study. And she sounds like a very intelligent person that she was able to get into that program, the UNMC High School Alliance program. So you should be very, very proud of her, and she should be very proud of herself. You know, to make it to medical school is very difficult. And again, to this day, I'm still very lucky that I was able to get to this point, but I'm still struggling, you know? So if she can find something that she's passionate about that will pay the bills for her and still help out the family, you should be very proud of her.
What you guys don't know is that as much as Winnie is saying that, oh yeah, I'm still struggling, oh yeah, woe to me, oh my God, medical school is erasing my brain cells, Winnie this summer has been outside. Ask DJ Kadero how he knows. I've been to street festivals and Winnie is there.
I'm there.
You're there.
I'm there. I hope my auntie's listening so she knows I actually I'll be outside.
You have a life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do have a work-life balance. Huh?
I do. And, you know, I'm very blessed. Part of the reason why I stayed in Omaha was because, I mean, I got into UNMC, but also I stayed because I didn't want to be far away from my community and from what I've grown up around my entire life. And so whenever there's ever an event going on and I have the time, of course I'm going to pop out and show my support. And I just happen to run into DJ Kadero like almost every time.
Almost, man. So much. The first time this summer was a Taste of Omaha. And I was on the ones and twos. And one of the awesome things that she had said that I wasn't aware of, and by the way, this is my chance to flex on me being the baddest Afro DJ in the game. I had spun for like 3.5, 4 hours. Winnie saw me in the beginning and she came towards me towards the end of the festival and she said, I've been listening to you throughout this entire time and you've been killing it.
He was killing it. And you know what? Actually, I had left. So I had been there walking around throughout the entire festival, and just as it was ending, I said bye to my friends, and we were walking out together, and I was like, I cannot leave here unless I go back and tell him how good of a job he did. So y'all need to give DJ Kadero his props, because he was keeping the energy.
Let's get it. So Winnie, you don't know. Well, yeah, you guys have met before.
This is my brother.
That's right. And who do we? Are you good?
Yeah, I don't think these headphones will work.
You got to try those headphones. I don't know. I thought there was other headphones.
We're troubleshooting.
There's not another.
Hey, but it's all good. I can hear y'all.
All right.
You know, with my natural ears.
And you are loud and clear.
What's happening? What's
Who are we
happening?
talking to right now?
Hey, it's your man DJ Silky Slim, the curator of the lunch drive every Monday through Friday. What's happening? Shout out to my diaspora people.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it's South Sudanese Independence Day, as you know.
Yes, sir.
And one of your grandparents has South Sudanese origin.
Absolutely.
And so, we have a South Sudanese direct from South Sudan.
Yeah.
You are descendant of South
Yes,
Sudanese
sir.
peoples. How does it feel, big dog? Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day to you, man.
Happy birthday weekend.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
Thank
Did you know that?
I did not know that. Happy
Yes,
birthday.
Yes.
Birthday's tomorrow. Yep.
Okay.
Hey.
It's after South Sudanese Independence
Absolutely,
Day?
man. Come on now.
Is that on purpose?
It's righteous. It's righteous.
It's divine.
Absolutely.
It was ordained by God.
Come on now. He knew what he was doing.
I guess one of the things that I love about the South Sudanese community is like when you guys see each other, when you guys find out, oh, he's South Sudanese, you guys are like, hey, what's up? And you cannot separate, like ever.
No.
It's all love, man.
No, it's not like
Every single time.
it's not like oh, he's South Sudanese. Yeah, let me run the other way. It's like oh, what's up?
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
absolutely.
You know,
But you know what? For me though, I don't know if it's based solely on not being like 100% African.
right.
But when I tell people about like the origins of my family and like where we descend from and everything, I get nothing but love, man. It doesn't matter where everybody come from or whatever. As soon as they hear I'm some type of African descent, they're
Yeah, what up?
you my brother.
Yeah.
100%.
So much so, Winnie, that he's gonna be humble about this, but I'm gonna brag about it. I went to the infamous After Hours. We won't mention the name, but you know exactly. Yes, in Northwest Omaha.
Yes.
It might be behind a Target. Yes.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
I will get out of here.
Get out of
I
here.
will. I will. I
Shit,
will.
I'm saying.
I'm in there enjoying my time as I should, as a young, handsome African man. All of a sudden, I hear, yeah. Y'all better get ready for this light skin. And expletives followed the remaining of that sentence. All I heard was light skin and beep, 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 beep. And the crowd went crazy because he dropped Davido. I think it was If. But it was a Davido song.
Yeah.
If it wasn't If I
It was.
It was If?
If I tell you, say I love you.
Bro.
Yes,
That
indeed.
Bro.
Yes, indeed. I'll drop that,
You know
boy.
exactly what to do.
Hey. They went nuts. They went nuts.
This guy had everybody going crazy. And
Dang.
wait, Winnie, are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
So, as you know, we're not only brothers in name, but like we have our shows back to back.
Mhm.
So like we spend a lot of time with each other.
Okay.
Mhm.
Literally, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, he has no idea that I'm here. I didn't know that he was gonna be here.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
spinning, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, I'll wait till his set is done. And man, I'm gonna embrace him with a hug, let him know, man, you killed it. Hey, by the way, surprise him. Guess what I didn't get a chance to do? Not only did I not get to embrace him afterwards, not only was he mobbed, so I was like, okay, we'll wait until after he's done getting mobbed. Silky Slim here. There was a young chocolate thing on his arm.
Interesting.
You know how women in like predominant like let's say whether it's a festival or major concert, what do they do to their purses? They tug it tight, right?
Mhm.
She was tugging his arm as if he was the purse. She grabbed his arm with the strength of. Remember when Thanos had the all Infinity Stones?
The gauntlet.
And he like
Yeah.
she grabbed his arm too. And I was like, oh my God. I can't even say hi to my brother.
Let me find out that was my cousin.
I think she was Somali.
Okay.
I think so. But then again, I don't know because
Who your
she was hiding her face in his arm.
That's
so
Hey.
crazy.
who your cousin, man?
anyways, Winnie, you are very busy enjoying your summer. How can people get a hold of Winnie Bangu Ladu? What's up?
Yeah, if you ever want to link up, if you ever want to reach out, it's Winnie Bangu, WINNIE BANGU on all social media. Please send me a follow request, send me a DM. I'm here if you need advice. You can email me, winniladu@yahoo.com.
Woo!
You know,
Your email.
Plug the email this
All
time.
right.
But, you know, I'm here. I'm in Omaha. If you see me out in public, say hi. You know, it's always a pleasure to be here and to connect with you guys. So thank you so much, DJ Kadero, for having me.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Showing up on South Sudanese Independence Day. Before you go, Fupa says, thank you, Winnie. Her daughter graduated in May with her degree in psychology and minor in criminal justice.
Awesome.
She already landed her dream job and is making a difference. And she will be going to grad school next year.
That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Fupa also adds, she needed a break from school. She's been attending school full-time since she was 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, correction, age of 3. But she also adds, Winnie, you are an inspiration. We need you out here taking or talking to these babies in these summer programs.
Thank you, Fupa.
Absolutely.
Man, you getting all the love today, huh?
Absolutely.
And somebody's asking if I have today's episode recorded. Not just recorded. The video recording will be on my YouTube channel today. Man, Winnie, we gonna make you famous today. And also you, DJ Chocolate. Whatever. What did you say? I am the light-skinned mother. Guys, if you guys were in that African after hours, you said so many curse words that I thought you were doing stand-up. Whatever. Get out of here.
Bro, I was faded.
I'm going to come back to you. I am DJ Kadero. We'll be back with a music break before we introduce DJ Silky Slim and the lunch drive. Winnie, I got to let you go. I'm going to walk you out. Silky Slim, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'm DJ Kadero. We'll be right back.
Held up.